Hey guys, it's Denise from Modern Priscilla Tarot. Welcome back. So glad you're here. If this is your first time here, big special welcome to you. Make sure that everybody's hit subscribe and let's get started. We're going to be doing a pick a card today. The question, what you don't see about yourself. It's always hard, when we see others, we're a lot more objective, but sometimes with ourselves, we are more apt to see the negative qualities instead of the positive. So let's take a look at what the cards are saying. Might be some of your strengths, and maybe open up your eyes if you hadn't realized it before. All right, let's get going. I have 3 decks spread out here today. I have the Everyday Witch, I have the Crow Tarot, and I have the Wizard's Tarot. Of course, I have my clear quartz. I like to open up the energy that way. What I'm going to do, I'm going to be live shuffling and setting out 3 piles. I will include timestamps. That way you can fast forward and jump around as you need to. So let's get started. All right, so let's see what we've got here. What you don't see about yourself. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Now, what I'm going to ask you to do is calm your mind. Think of the question, what do I not see about myself? See where your attention is drawn and select your pile. If you need more time, please go ahead and pause the video and let's get started. Pile number 1. All right, pile 1. Let's see what are some of the things that you may not realize about yourself. Ooh, this is good. One of the things, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, one of the things that you might not know about yourself is that you are always somebody who can handle a crisis. You can handle change. You can handle upheaval and make things smooth. You are successful at that. Let me explain why I say that. This card here serves as our energy card. This will be the strongest energy that the tarot is picking up on, and it will serve as a clarifier for each of our other cards. This is the High Priestess. Now, the High Priestess is highly intuitive. This is somebody who, doesn't allow their decisions to be based off of just what's simply the obvious, the visual interpretation of what's going on around you. This is somebody who has an inner knowing. This is somebody who judges for themselves and thinks more deeply. Does that make sense? So that's important. So, you know what, that's probably why you're able to see through controversy. Upheaval is the word that keeps coming to mind. Here we have the 9 of Pentacles. If I had to write one word on this card to remember what it means, I would write success. So here's where I'm saying that I think that, you are successful when you are faced with a problem or an unexpected development. And I get the impression that this is something that, when things are hitting you or flying at you or coming into your experience, you're just up there deflecting and changing and fixing. This is very strong. Here we have the 8 of Wands, which really drives that home. I mean, if you can even see in the imagery of the card, I mean, look, there's a tornado going around, and yet this witch is able to, be directing it. And it looks like I can't see what's around it, but you can imagine like the townspeople sitting there and she's going to save the day. The 8 of Wands is a card that talks about speedy change, changing events. And the word I want to really drive home is rapidly. changing events. So not just changing events, things that are coming quickly, right? And then we have our Wheel of Fortune right after that. Again, another one. See, the wheel spins. It's spinning around, and it could land on any of the items, the things that are on the wheel. Some are good, some are bad, but the main point is the wheel is always turning. So events, things are cycling, and yet you, because of your knowing and your and this card also implies that you're not as likely to be swayed by other people's opinions, things like that. It's like you tackle what happens when it happens, as it happens. You are successful at it. You must be very organized. You must be very calm in a crisis. If you don't know this about yourself, this is something that you should be taking a look at. This is very strongly coming through. Maybe you don't realize this about yourself, and you need to kind of bump your self-esteem or your confidence in your ability to handle things as they come at you. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to take a look at the outcome. This is going to be either another message or kind of a sum up of what we're already talking about. Let's see what we've got. This is the cut card. So this is the middle of the deck, and this will be the outcome energy. Ready? Go. Queen of Cups. See? Okay. I was right. I think you might not realize this about yourself because you are trying to kind of please everyone. See your set point here with the High Priestess. Remember what I said, not letting other people's opinions sway you from the truth, sway you from what you know. That's hard for you potentially because the Queen of Cups says, I love all of you people, friends, family, partner, whatever, coworkers. I am here to make life smooth for you. I am, everybody loves me. I am wonderful, but yet I'm also afraid of being criticized. So you need to ask yourself, are you holding yourself back from really, kind of initiating strong changes or fixing things because you're worried about what others might say? You don't want, that's it. This one is saying you inside, the truth, but outside you might be afraid to disappoint people, to contradict people. Maybe you don't want to look like a know-it-all, all those emotional things. And the tarot is saying, you don't need to worry about that. The Queen of Cups is known as everybody's best friend, everybody's best spouse. People are still going to love you. They're still going to respect you. You have a real ability to fix things, to change things, to deal with crisis. Oh boy, pile one. Well, I hope this made sense. Please go ahead and drop a comment. I'd love to hear how this resonated with you. And of course, make sure and hit subscribe before you head out. Thank you so much. Pile number 2. All right, pile 2. What is it that you don't know about yourself? What is it? Let us find out. All right. I love this deck. It's beautiful. All right. So this card here is my energy card, which means it's the strongest card that the tarot, or strongest energy, that the tarot is picking up on. And it will serve as a clarifier for each of our cards. So it will influence the meaning of those. So what have we got? We've got our Chariot card. The Chariot card says, that you are probably full of action. You're ready. Now, if you're feeling like, boy, I don't really do anything, this is saying that you have this ability. This is, again, what you don't see about yourself. You have the ability to elicit change, to inspire change, to move forward. This is a card that indicates kind of clearing the clutter out of your life. If you don't already see this about yourself, maybe that clutter, the things that aren't serving you, the thoughts that keep you stuck, the expectations maybe that are unrealistic, those kinds of things, that might be what is actually keeping you stuck, because this talks about choosing your own path, really getting excited and making change, moving forward. So that's important. So let's see what we've got here. This is the Moon card. Oh, this is driving it home, especially because, oh, geez, as I throw it across the room, getting excited, especially because this serves as the clarifier for the Moon card. So our moon card talks about the next phase in your life. It says, don't take any shortcuts. Don't let emotional pressure, sway you or make you do something different. Emotional pressure, we automatically think it's coming from the outside, which it very well might be. But another place we get emotional pressure is from ourselves. We don't, we're our own worst enemy sometimes, right? Maybe not having faith in ourselves. Maybe, we're doing negative self-talk, that kind of thing. That could be holding you back. That could be holding you back. If you're feeling like you're being held back, we're getting some really strong answers here. If you're not, excuse me, if you're not feeling like you're being held back, like an active situation that you can pinpoint, this is saying that you might not know this about yourself, but you might unconsciously hold yourself back from all kinds of experiences or actions that would make life smoother for you. So take a look at that. And the reason I even say that is because we have our Nine of Swords right here. The Nine of Swords indicates sadness, anxiety, depression, overthinking. You've got that sunrise right over the horizon and you just need to step over it. You are holding yourself back in some way, and this implies that it is your own thoughts. As I said, it could be, emotional pressure from someone outside of you, but this is really saying it's really more from inside of you. You know why? Because you're too tough on yourself. That's why. We have our Queen of Swords. Again, notice we have swords, we have swords. Swords is the suit of thoughts and ideas. It is also the suit of truth and communication. So what this is saying is you are, this is so strong. You are doing some negative self-talk. You are limiting yourself. You need to check in with yourself. And, and this isn't like you can check in, meaning let me see on a piece of paper or what I might be thinking about. No. And sometimes when we try to think about it, we're like, sometimes when we think about things, we get it, it makes it even more cloudy, right? So what you need to do, you need to be looking for ways that you do things well. You need to see the difference, the contrast, and then you will start to realize where and in what situations that negative self-talk creeps in. Do you see what I'm saying? This card says you need to get tough with yourself. You need to get tough with your thoughts. This is super clear. Like I'm almost like, because it is so clear. But your ability, what you don't know about yourself is you have the ability to make things change. You have the ability to clear out the clutter of your life. And that doesn't just mean like clearing out your closet and getting rid of old clothes. This talks about your mind as well. We have two swords here, and then we have two majors. So this is telling me that it is a lot about your thoughts. This is a lot about your thoughts. So take a look at that. See, you might even know exactly what I'm talking about. If not, observe, see. Don't make it a self-fulfilling prophecy by saying, oh boy, I'm mean to myself. And what can I say that's mean to myself? No, don't do that. But just start it, acknowledging things that you do well. And then by contrast, you might see where you are poo-pooing yourself. Do you see what I'm saying? Let's take a look at our outcome card. This is the cut card. So this is the middle of the deck. And this is either another message or kind of like a sum up for what we've already got. So let's see what we've got here. Middle of the deck. Ready? Go. All right. We got, this is strong. We got more swords. All right. So the Ten of Swords is about the death of an idea. It's about, again, this shows me that by getting a little tougher and what's the word? Structured with your thinking, being a little bit more in control of what your thoughts are, being aware of them, and then putting the ones that don't serve you out of the picture. This card says you will do that. You absolutely will. The Ten of Swords is about, the death of an idea first and foremost. But it's also kind of about not repeating past mistakes. So this tells me that you would be learning from this, and this would really make you or help you to grow as a person. Now, if this involves things in your regular everyday physical world, then great. That will be obviously a huge help. but I'm really getting that this is kind of a personal growth thing, because I'm really getting strong thoughts and ideas and, truth, having truth with yourself. Ooh, that gives you something to think about. Ooh, I love it. All right, pile 2. Well, thank you. I hope this resonated. Please drop a comment. I'd love to hear what you thought about this and if it makes sense for you. And of course, be sure to hit subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much. Pile number 3. All right, pile 3. What don't you see about yourself? What do you not see? Let's find out what we can get. Now, this card here serves as my energy card. This is the strongest energy that the tarot is picking up on, and it will serve as a clarifier for each of our other cards, which might affect their meaning as well. So for our energy, again, what don't you see about yourself? This is the Ace of Swords. So this says that you can see through the BS. You can see the truth. You have an affinity for honesty. You can see when someone is lying, or you at least get a feeling that something's not right. Yeah, I mean, this is super strong. The Sword of Justice, right? And an ace talks about new things. One of the things that swords is also about is communication. So this tells me that right from the get-go, you're able to kind of get a vibe, get a feeling for whether or not people are telling the truth or being honest with their feelings when they're talking to you. That's good. All right, so this really says the same thing. Wow. Okay, so our 7 of Pentacles. All right, our 7 of Pentacles is all about, having doubts, having doubts about things. Again, I'm thinking you just really see through the BS. You are able to see through the BS. Again, this is about having doubts. This also talks, though, about being able to step back and really evaluate it. It would be horrible to go through life thinking everybody's lying to you, So, this tells me that you're able to kind of take a step back, evaluate things, and really be looking at all the clues or the words or whatever's being said or told to you. But you're able to pick up on this. I'm not sure if you've done any research on being an empath. That might be something to explore. I can't say that you are an empath just based on the spread here, of course, but might be something for you to look into, because this is really implying that you pick up well on what other people are saying, and in particular about truth. All right, so we have our 8 of Wands next. This talks about rapidly changing events. And I want to point out the next card with this card because it tells a nice story. We've got the 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands, notice they're both wands. That's the Suit of Wands is about growth and effort. The 3 of Wands is about looking out and deciding like where to go. Now we're going to take a journey in, we're talking here and figuratively, and we're going to start off, we're going to give more chances perhaps. The 3 of Wands has an element, though, of kind of like a journey that you can't turn back from. So this tells me that this is important. This talks about bracing for change, speedy delivery, a big change coming, and then trying to make sure that you are starting anew. This talks about giving a second chance. When somebody is maybe not being honest or forthcoming with their emotions, you're able to pick up on that. And you are also, because you're able to really look at all the aspects, look at it logically and also emotionally, again, it's like your radio tower, you're picking up on it. But that doesn't make you a cynic. That doesn't make you not wanting to, engage with people or believe people. Remember what I said. Don't make it a self-fulfilling prophecy where you're like, all right, everybody's a liar and I got to look at nobody's telling me the truth. Of course, don't do that. This drives that home even stronger. It says with what you pick up on, your vibe, the vibe that you're picking up on, to kind of gauge what somebody's saying in the honesty portion. You know, when you pick up on that, that's very strong, but you are able to kind of parcel it out and say, all right, is this a legit thing I'm feeling? Is that what's the other evidence? You know, and once you decide, once you're able to kind of feel comfortable that somebody is telling the truth, then you're ready to give them a second chance, which shows that you are fair, you are not rigid, like you're like, oh, sorry, that's it, I got a vibe. You're ready to take it all in and see how that might change your perception. So you are very open-minded. Yeah, I mean, wow. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to pull an outcome card. This is the cut card. So this is the middle of the deck. And this is going to show us either the outcome energy, another message, kind of like a sum up. We'll see what it is. Let's see what we've got. Okay, ready? Go. All right, so we've got the Page of Pentacles. All right, Pentacles is a very much a, for lack of a better word, a very much a planning card, a slow-moving, deliberate, like, let's move forward, but I'm going to be watching. So let me put it together. I'm getting excited. All right, so you're willing to forgive. You're willing to move forward. You're willing to give a second chance. And when that comes, you know, sometimes, hey, when I give you my second chance, there's no going back, meaning don't screw me again or don't lie to me again kind of thing, right? You're willing to do it, but you're also got limits on it, right? You've got, well, limits. I can't think of another word. So Page of Pentacles, what this is saying now, pages are typically about kind of an inexperience. Now, I'm not saying you're inexperienced. I'm not saying the person you're thinking about might be inexperienced, but I'm saying inexperienced, meaning this is the new first steps. New first steps in what? New first steps in our new journey, where you now believe whatever it is they're saying, you feel comfortable, confident, you feel trustworthy, or at least you've decided to give them a second chance to prove this or not prove this. And this is you. You are observing, you are watching, and you are moving forward very methodically. You are, you know, you're going to allow this person to have that positive, I mean, just like in the justice system, you know, innocent until proven guilty, you know, right? You're going to go ahead and you're going to think positive. You're not going to allow this, you know, observation of what they're doing, or, you know, I guess that's not the right word, observation. It's that you're looking, you're aware of clues. You're not going to forget whatever this was when it happens, but you're going to take it all in and keep it in your back pocket. That's a good way to say it. Meaning, all right, I trust you. Let's move forward in a positive expectation, but I've kept this in my back pocket. Meaning I got the vibe at one point, so now I'm a little bit more sensitive to clues that you might not be being honest. Do you see what I'm saying? So that is what you don't see about yourself. You are willing to give second chances, but you're not stupid. You're not dumb about it. You're going to be watching, right? You're not a pushover. You are not, you know, just looking at the world through rose-colored glasses. You're a realist. You are a realist, but you're also able to kind of, you know, allow people a second chance. Look into what I said about being an empath. I don't know if you are or are not, but see if you're sensitive to energy like that, to other people's energy. It could be something more like that. If you're saying like, well, gee, I don't really notice that, then this is something you're being called to pay attention to. Oh, wow. Woo, this is exciting, pile 3. I hope this made sense. Please drop a comment. I'd love to know if this resonates with you. And of course, before you head out, make sure you hit like and subscribe. All right, I'll see you again. All right, my friends, thank you so much for watching this Pick a Card. Please make sure you drop a comment. I'd love to hear what you have to say about the reading. And as always, please make sure that you hit subscribe on your way out. I will see you again soon.